What is up guys, Clay Enjoyer here, and it's time to enjoy. And in this video, I'm going to be making a top hat with a spooky monster inside. Because I was thinking, for this video, I'm not really going to use the wheel, I don't feel like it. Because I already have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. But then again, I don't know if it's a good idea, more of a good enough idea that turned into an unsettling creature. I know it's hard to believe right now though because it's only a hat, but just trust me and watch the end of the video and I'm sure you'll find out. And even though we're only 39 seconds into the video, some of you guys might be wondering, why is this cup here? This is not clay, this is blasphemy! What are you doing, Clay Enjoyer? You have betrayed me! But don't worry, this is actually going to be the base of the sculpture, but I'm just doing a really bad job of making the hole in the hat and in the base where the monster will go, because I want the monster to look like it's friendly when it's poking out of the hat, but scary inside the hat. Which is why I'm also texturing the hat so it doesn't look suspicious and has its natural shaped hat texturiness. With a giant hole that I carved off camera to match the one with the cup, I can line it in place and get a rough estimate of the space for the hat in comparison to the cup. That little super editing right there is gonna be a little window so you can see the monster inside the cup, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the cup is not perfectly clear and that really gets under my skin, so that's why I had to do that, but I'll fix it later. Followed by wrapping the monster in an aluminum foil bath and covered in clay, as all of my sculptures do. But this one is going to start as a worm-like creature because I was trying to go for Lovecraftian horror, but I don't really know how well I did that. I think it's more unsettling than like scary or terrifying, because with these ears I really don't think it's scary at all. But as part of the Top Hat Patrol lore, their patrol symbol is a top hat with a bunny sticking out of it. So I was doing the ears to represent the bunny, and underneath, to make the video more interesting, is going to be this ugly monstrosity. I wanted to give this creature some interesting texture, to put it very politely. So I started with these balls blended all around the very irregular amount of limbs scattered all around, completely unorganized, which is what I was intending. Followed by these finger-shaped pieces of clay around the armature wire, because like I always say, I hate the look of the armature wire and it needs to be hidden. But then I can blend them in a little bit off camera, make them look a little more smooth, and then attach a gross tail for some reason. I don't even know why I decided to do this, I just figured, makes it grosser. Followed by this bumpy moon crater texture as well, which gives the creature some bumpy and rough texture, obviously, which also makes this thing look gross. I don't know, this creature is super unsettling, and I don't even know what possesses me to make this in particular, because that right there is supposed to be a tiny mouth with incredibly tiny armature wire teeth that are also irregularly poked in there, followed by a disgusting big eyeball. While I can finish working on the eyes, making them look even more unsettling, I also noticed that this creature, this abomination that I'm making, kind of looks like a horror creature from the sci-fi genre All Tomorrows, where the Q take over humanity and just mess up humans, and this was one of the horrifying creations, which is pretty similar to what I'm making, and these veins, or whatever I was trying to do make it look a little bit different, but definitely don't help in making it seem gross and just icky. When I made these gross little appendages for the creature, I referenced them as little fingers, so I thought, it should be a fantastic idea to turn them into actual elongated human fingers. This one, I don't know, my brain definitely went off the rails with this one, and I don't know, I need therapy or something. I don't know. But I did add a little finger on the tail for comedic effect, I guess, before then starting to paint the hat because we're not painting the creature yet, I guess. Followed by black with a little bit of lighter gray as some highlights to make it look better and less flat, because even though the black is shiny, I don't like that, and I'm just too lazy to put matte varnish over top of it instead of just dry brushing stuff instead. With the hat already out of the way, I can now start painting the disgusting creature in this pinky purple, very cold flesh color, which in hindsight, this looks really bad. I'm sorry if you understand, but if you don't understand, just look away for about 10 more seconds. I'm sorry, I really didn't see this. I'll do better next time. I'm sorry, YouTube, I'm sorry. Anyway, I can dry brush the lighter version of the same paint on all the bumps and wherever I feel like in various shades, which progressively get lighter and lighter, but they kind of get toned down because I do a black wash momentarily. But I wanted this to look as gross as possible, that's why all these colors slightly look brown instead of like the cold flesh color that I was originally intending. But because this lighter color almost looks like flesh, I can paint it on the fingers to make them look unsettling and try and have like a gradient towards the outside of the fingers, followed by painting the veins in a darker purple so they stand out a little bit as well, which personally I think they stand out a little too much. I should have mixed in a tiny bit more brown, but I mean it could be worse, followed by painting the fingernails yellow because why not, slash this creature is supposed to be dirty and disgusting, which a black wash all over ties everything a bit closer together and dulls down the yellow a little bit. Now, I want this creature's eye to stand out really sharply, which is why I'm going to use this very bright white instead of like a dulled down white or something, followed by a heavy red wash that was actually originally too heavy because I wanted it to look like the eye was screaming in pain rather than just being a little red. But that's okay because then I can just add a slanted iris anyway and it basically gets across the same point. Instead of just an angry eye, it's like an evil eye, I guess. Followed by painting the ears white, because technically the ears are already white, but this white is a prettier white. Followed by doing the same thing on the back and the teeth, and not the same thing, but red inside the mouth, which I did forget to do. I apologize. I will try a little bit harder, hopefully. Followed by painting the ears inside pink, because they're supposed to look friendly, and in my opinion, these two colors work great together. Followed by painting this new base black instead of the cup, because I thought I wrecked and destroyed the cup way too much, and while this isn't perfect by any means, it's really bad, but it's really bad, not really super bad, which is, I don't know, it's good enough, I guess. Followed by painting and assembling the box together, and since I had to glue the sides, I was thinking painting the glue in the same color to make it look like spores or something that the creature was giving off. And to really make the creature look extra creepy, I can spray it in this gloss varnish to make it look extra slimy and gross before putting it inside, waiting for its hidden disguise. In this clip here, I can struggle to get the monster inside the box because I was only just hoping the monster fit instead of actually doing measurements before, so I am very happy off camera that it actually worked. But I want people to be able to see the monster, which is this glass panel is for. Well, it's technically acrylic, but If I didn't say anything, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. But of course, I'm struggling here a lot for some reason, so I can talk to you guys about how bad the glass work will be. Even though it's not actually glass, but I know I just said that. Basically, the base is pretty rough, and it's probably the roughest thing that I have made, but I'm just gonna chalk it up to, you know, how when 10-year-olds put on like a little magic show, the things that they do always look like really rough, but well, intended. That's kind of what I'm going here. Like, you can obviously tell what I was doing. And I can dirty up the glass a little bit, because for some reason I actually didn't want it super clean, and I thought it would be more appropriate if it was a little scratched and a little bit dirtied up. But with that done, it's time for the reveal. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more unsettling creatures with sneaky disguises next. Oh, also, cool thing is, if any of you want to support me, I do have a Patreon. It's a little small right now, but it's just my exact channel, Clay Enjoyer. And it would mean the world to me if you pledge your subscription. Alright, thanks for watching, bye.